Peace, man. We're going to be talking about that activated charcoal briefly on the board. Then we're going to get to our main subject. We're dealing with the raising and the upbringing of kids. We're dealing with why so many individuals are so sensitive to the truth of matters. All right. And we're going to deal with emotional stress. We're going to deal with mental stress. But before we deal with that, we're going to talk about activated charcoal real quick. I'm going to send you to the board with me. I'll show you on the whiteboard some of the things that activated charcoal is beneficial at. And I have a small amount of it. I didn't get it in bulk, guys, because the small amount tends to last, but it has a lot of health benefits and a lot of things that we can utilize it for. Particularly, I utilize it for intestinal bloating, but I'm going to start to utilize it for that teeth whitening as well. All right, so let's get to the board. Peace. All right, family, let's get into this quick breakdown of the activated charcoal and its benefits, all right? This is just part one, guys. We'll do a part two in another video, all right? Activated charcoal, guys. For those of you who have not seen it, I'll show you a picture of it once I get over to the other section, all right? So it's teeth whitening. So it acts as a help in whitening teeth. It helps with intestinal bloating. This is why I take it pretty much on a daily basis, because I have an umbilical hernia and I get bloated quite often, and it seems to really help. Hangovers from alcohol poisoning, treats inflammatory skin conditions, slows down aging, reduces cholesterol, promotes kidney function. It's a water purifier, treats diarrhea, and for emergency antidotes. That's in case of like intestinal bloating, also the hangovers and the alcohol poisonings. All right, guys. So let's get back to the video, guys. Peace. Peace, fam. Welcome back from the board. Let's get it in real quick. All right, first let me give a shout out to my girl Betty at Special Touch Graphics. She's the one who put me in there with that introduction, and she's also gonna be making my building my website. We're working on that now. That way I have those products up on the website, the CBD oil, the hemp protein, my herbs that I have that you will be able to buy in ounces. So we'll get those things up and running hopefully in the next 2 weeks. But in the meantime, I'll leave information in the bottom if you want to order any of the CBD oil or the hemp protein. All right, that information will be in the description. Now let's get into raising kids, guys. Let's get into emotional stability. Let's get into mental and emotional stress, how to overcome those things, how to limit those things, and how to move forward in a society that is built on stressing its people out. This is just what it is, guys. This is just what it is. Now, let's talk about the kids, guys. One thing you got to understand is this, guys. Breast milk is for human babies. Any of that other stuff that you're giving the human baby, it is not the milk that the human baby needs the most. That's going to help develop him or her emotionally, mentally, and physically. All those nutrients that are in the human breast milk is absolutely essential for the baby. And who is more notorious for not breastfeeding is black people. We're not breastfeeding nowhere near the rates of white people or any other people. And we try to look at that as if something is wrong with the woman breastfeeding her child. We live in a modern society, guys, so people do get out with their child. So you may see people that are breastfeeding, and you act as if this is some disgusting type things. We're really backwards, guys. We're really backwards, totally backwards, and therefore we're producing children that are not really even emotionally attached to their mother, to their parents for the most part, because the attachment, not only the nourishment, but the attachment of that baby is tied to that baby getting the nourishment from his mother, latching on to that breast and being held and being coddled while he's been or she's been fed the nutrients that the body, the brain needs. Again, these things may not seem clear to you at the beginning, but these things all have an effect, not in, to say the least, about how it compromises the immune system of the child when it's not fed that breast milk, how it weakens her, and makes us susceptible to a lot of illnesses that we would normally have a strong enough immune system not to succumb to. So you see a lot of individuals, or you see this rise in ADHD, this rise in autism, this rise in a lot of things. It's not just tied to the breast milk, that the babies are not getting the breast milk. It's tied to a lot of things, but these things are able to thrive in part because a lot of individuals are not breastfeeding. You understand what I'm saying? So the immune system of the child is not intact. It's not strong, and it succumbs to the notorious things that has been done to it as far as the chemicals that are in the baby formula, the baby food, the toxins that are in the air, etc., the toxins that is period as to what that baby is exposed to. All right. Now let's talk about mental and emotional stress, guys. Many of us are dealing with that on a daily basis. We all deal with some form of stress in the life. And in this society, again, we're living in a capitalist society, as we said, as I've said many times before. And this capitalist society seems to push individuals over the edge because we're all trying to accomplish certain things so that we are not impoverished, which makes sense. Those individuals who find themselves impoverished, which I come out of impoverishment and I'm still not set straight as of yet, that impoverishment allows you to become the victim of many individuals who prey on you because they have the means and the wealth to prey on you and you're trying to get out of poverty. All right. So you get manipulated and utilized. So again, that brings another level of stress to the equation because you're not trying to be impoverished. You're not trying to be in a weakened position where individuals can come and take advantage of you. Also, the stress related to work, the stress related to raising kids, the stress related to relationships, all these things are out of balance because the society is out of balance. One of the things that I have a big problem with is the fantasy that we all tend to embrace. To be good and to be honest with you, we've been brought up on fantasy, on fairy tales, on things that are not true. We teach our kids fantasies, fairy tales, and we act as if these things are innocuous, as if they don't have an impact on that brain, on that child's development, and therefore we're not willing or not able to truly deal with realities because we've been brought up on fantasy as little kids. Also, we set our kids up for failure by really want to be nice to them, which we should. We should be nice. We should love them. But at the same time, we're setting kids up for failure as we sit them in front of the TV and give them candy and give them chips to sit and to occupy them while we try to go on and do the things that we need to do. I get it. But at the same time, you're setting them up for failure, guys. You're getting them used to a way of being. Not saying that they're going to sit and watch TV all day, but that could be. But you get them used to snacking all the time and snacking on foods that are not healthy for the body, even at the young age. We think disease just happens as we get older. Disease is a gradual process. You may have an onset of a disease that is right then and there, and that's unnatural. That happens rarely. Most diseases are long, drawn out destruction of the system from the inside out. And then we succumb later on down the line after we have exposed this system to years and years and years of the destructive elements that destroy our health. All right. So again, guys, we have to take into consideration what it is that we are doing. And I'm going to say this one more time. I know you're tired of hearing it, but I'm going to say it once again. Anything that has to be modified in order to be consumed is not natural for this physiology. I don't care what the experts tell you. I don't care how long you've been eating that meat that you have to cook in order to consume, in order to not be poisoned by it. It still is not natural to the physiology. The benefits that may come with eating meat as far as the vitamin D, the protein, and all those things are coming from that animal being exposed to plant-based products and other products that have that in it, and they absorb it. So you're really just going into the third party to get what it is that you need instead of going directly to the source and going to that third party, having to cook that meat in order to be able to eat that meat is not beneficial for the longevity of the body at the cellular level. Any expert will tell you, these same experts will tell you that eating meat is natural, but then they'll tell you anything that has to be cooked at a high temperature actually breaks the body down. It's called advanced glycation end products. The higher you have to cook that food, the more of that ages advanced glycation end product, which is produced. That in and of itself is not good for the body because the molecules that are coming from the advanced glycation end product ties themselves to the protein lipids in the body, rendering those lipids unable to be renewed. The body wants to renew its proteins for the longevity and for the the word is not coming to me, but for the longevity and the structure of the body and the integrity of the body. That's what I'm looking for. So again, guys, we got to think. I'm not telling you not to eat that meat. What I am telling you is don't just assume and accept everything that you've been given as being right and exact when all you have to do is think, and those things can be made clear to you. Now, whether you continue to consume that meat, that's on you, but at least you know what it is that you're up against, all right? The first and the best thing is to know. Sending you peace and love. Peace.